All right, Elysian is back on our radar out of Seattle, Washington. Been a little while since we've done an Elysian beer, but it's their fall seasonal. The Great Pumpkin Ale. We're back into the pumpkin ale thing. This is claiming to be the world's first Imperial pumpkin ale. I guess they were the first to make a pumpkin ale that was, what, above 8 ABV, 8% ABV. This is 8.1. It's packed with pumpkin and roasted pumpkin seeds and spiced with cinnamon, nutmeg, cloves, and allspice. Your usual suspects as far as pumpkin ales usually go. They serve these in 22-ounce bombers and also on draft. You can't get 12-ounce bottles, at least right now. 20 IBUs is what we're looking at here. Malts, they use a ton of malts. Pale, Munich, Cara Hell, Cara Vienne, Cara Munich, crisp 45-degree El Crystal malt. And it's bittered with Magnum hops. And, yeah, none of the, it looks like they roast pumpkin seeds, put them in the mash, and then they add extra pumpkin in the mash kettle and fermenter. So I guess that's to add a little more wallop to your pumpkin ale tastes. I don't see any indication that it has any association with peanuts. Of course, with the Great Pumpkin and the Halloween Charlie Brown special, that's exactly the first thing that comes to mind when you see, oh, the Great Pumpkin Ale. They must have a deal going on with peanuts, but apparently no. And I guess there haven't been any lawsuits for copyright infringement naming this the Great Pumpkin. I guess they haven't copywritten the Great Pumpkin. I guess Charles Schultz never did that back in the day. We're going to pour into this mug here. Remember, this is a 22-ounce bomber, so we're not going to pour the whole bottle in. And we see the very copper, orangey, pumpkin-looking pour that you usually get from these ales. It looks pretty much like that. Somewhat see-through, so it's not really too dark in the body, so maybe it's not quite as heavy as a lot of them. I know the beer that we did that had the cranberries in it was a little darker. But let's get the aroma now of Elysian Great Pumpkin Ale. Oh, right away I'm getting pumpkin pie, like as soon as it hits the nose. And this is like a good pumpkin pie aroma. Cloves, just pumpkin pie, really heavy pumpkin pie. A little bit of nutmeg. I'm getting the maybe a tad of the cinnamon as well. So definitely fitting the role of pumpkin ale. As soon as you put this to your nose, you know it's a pumpkin ale. Let's get the taste now. By the way, head on this, very, very thin head. A little bit boozy, I guess, is what it comes into at 8.1, calling it an Imperial pumpkin. But a very thin head is almost dissipating to just a film, basically, a light film around it. So let's get the taste now. Pumpkin pie sensation is what hits you first. Definitely, like it hits you with the aroma. The pumpkin pie is just boom, just smacks you right in the mouth, and then it waters down a little bit and gets a little malty on the back of the throat. Very small hops. Definitely a pumpkin pie beer. Little tiny bit watery though. I'm getting a watery taste, and it's 8.1 ABV. Not quite packed with stuff. A little bit of the cloves. Definitely not getting any of that nonsense that the beer with the cranberries had in there from New Belgium. A decent pumpkin ale. It definitely puts you in mind of the season. One of the better efforts pumpkin ale wise. Again, it's not my style, but I'm trying to objectively review all styles, even though they're not styles that I might really love to go to, and this is definitely not my style. That said, though, very decent job done by Elysian. I'm going to go ahead and give Elysian Great Pumpkin Ale. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Just hits it on the appearance, hits it on the aroma big time. Where the only thing I would knock down a little bit is a tiny bit of wateriness in the aftertaste, and that's basically about it. It's a very good pumpkin ale. You really can't go wrong with it. It's a little pricey. I think this 22-ounce bottle was something like $11. So it is a little pricey. 8.1% higher ABV. It's not that high of an ABV, but still a little bit higher, I guess. But good quality pumpkin ale. If you're into that sort of thing, 9 out of 10 for Elysian Great Pumpkin.